Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to another instant post-game reaction. The last game that Arsenal play in 2023 ever. And boy, it was a bit of a stinker, wasn't it? What a stinker. But you know what? I hope you guys can join me in the live chat where we talk about the game that I've just seen here. And actually, or maybe you don't know, that Fulham is my second favourite team. And we're probably going to get into this one on the other side of this music intro. Yes, welcome back again to Canon for the TV, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Yes, I've just seen the game. Fulham versus Arsenal, and what a stinker! What a stinker of a game! And I'm saying the stinker because it's like Arsenal to me were void of ideas. Again, stuck on this planet A. Plan A. Surely the writing is already on the wall. We have to go into the market. We have to and get an out striker. Now, for me, there are a couple of things that kind of. Do you know what? Let's start from where I usually start at the beginning. And the beginning will be the starting 11. David Raya, there will be no change there, although I saw him actually drop to his feet. I think something happened to his eye. Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivo, I'll get to him in a moment. Declan Rice, I'll get to him in a moment. Kai Havertz, I'll get to him in a moment. Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, I will get to him in a moment. Martinelli, I'll get to him in a moment. And I'll get to Eddie Nketiah. Quite a few players I need to get back to in a moment. Oh, my goodness. Do you know what? I mean, this game against Fulham, it was like a bit of a hybrid when Arsenal played against West Ham. I mean, West Ham, we know they play with a low block. If they get a goal, they will sit behind the ball, 10 men behind the ball. So when I looked at Fulham, once they lost possession, they were quickly back in position. That was one thing I realized. The other thing is, the moment Martin Odegaard was on the ball, they tag teamed him. There were two players on him, and he lost possession in the midfield so many times. So many times. So I'm not sure whether that's down to Marco Silva or the players just realized themselves, actually, we need to double team Martin Odegaard, otherwise he'll be the orchestra of our downfall. The third thing I noticed was the battle between Bukayo Saka and Robinson on the right-hand side. And what a duel. What a duel. Once you can shut down Martin Odegaard, and once you can shut down Bukayo Saka, there's nothing much more than that. Because Eddie Nketiah, I mean, the flow, the supply line was almost non-existent. We saw the return of Kai Havertz. He couldn't make any kind of impression on the game. There was no impression on the game. But I thought those points there, double teaming Martin Odegaard, and literally Robson did a job on Bukayo Saka. Arsenal, again, just void of ideas, man. When are we going to wake up to the fact that we need an out-and-out striker? And I sound like a broken record. I know it. We need an out-and-out striker. But it's about how you use the cards. If you have a winning hand of cards, but you don't know how to play your winning hand of cards, then there's no point. It's like the players. We might get an out-and-out striker in Ivan Toney, but I've heard it's not going to happen. But will Mikel Arteta know how to play Ivan Toney? But I don't know what to say. Really, I don't know what to say about this one. But so this is how things kind of got played out. Bukayo Saka strikes inside 5 minutes. It wasn't easy tapping. I thought he was probably offside, but it wasn't given as offside. Martinelli crossed the ball over. I think it was a shot, wasn't it? and Leno palmed the ball right into the pathway of Bukayo Saka. I thought, okay, right, well, the floodgates are going to open. But no, 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 no. No. When you are up against it, or when you need some breathing space, and you get the ball, I say, over the halfway line, and you get to your forward, you want your forward to hold up play. And I thought Raul Jimenez was probably the man of the match for Fulham. The amount of times I saw Raul Jimenez, literally, it was like, I'm not even sure what the formation was for Fulham, but the amount of times I saw him running down the balls, kind of lost causes in parentheses, holding up the play, holding up the ball, never giving up. I thought, wow, Raul Jimenez, again, a striker, yeah, got to score the goals. But when literally you need a breathing space, you want your midfielders and your attackers to hold up the ball. And he did that in abundance. And again, putting pressure on our back four, not giving the likes of, Saliba, Gabriel, Kievo any time on the ball. No time at all on the ball. So, I guess, I speaking of Robinson against Bukayo Saka, but when I look at Raul Jimenez, kind of old style forwards, but yeah, Arsenal were void of ideas, man. Void of ideas. Come on. So, did I do the table? No, I didn't do the table, did I? Why didn't I do the table? Sorry, guys. Bear me a second. Let me just refresh the page here. So I'm just looking at the table now as it stands. And we end this year, let me just quickly do this, minimize this. We end the year, let's do this very quickly. There we go. Sorry about that. I thought I did it before. Obviously I didn't. I just need to do this very, very quickly. Sorry, I should have done this before. Didn't do the work. Didn't do the work. And I kid you not, because I was actually out with my wife, and I said, right, get home quickly, and I heard it was 1-0 to Arsenal. I expected Arsenal to beat Fulham. As much as I do love Fulham, I expected Arsenal to beat Fulham. But again, I don't even know what to say. Really don't know what to say. But anyway, so this is the table as it stands. So Liverpool end this year on top of the Premier League table. Aston Villa, a lot of surprises for you guys, not for me really. Second place tied on points, but just goal difference. And the third, Man City are blowing up ahead of Storm now, aren't they? And look at that, Arsenal, fourth place, with them not down the road in fifth place on 39, and West Ham, Happy Hammers, are down in sixth position. So that's the Premier League table, man. It won't get any better than that because today's the last day of the year. And you probably can see the decorations behind me. I want to actually wish you guys, a happy new year and a prosperous new year. But Arsenal, Mikel Arteta has a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. So what I want to do, I want to quickly look at, this was the starting 11. I did say I want to get back to particular players. So there was no Alexander Zinchenko. I tried to find some news, whether there was some kind of injury or something sustained, but I couldn't see anything there. So I guess just take off some heat off his back. I guess Mikel Arteta said, you know what, just sit this one out, which is probably a good idea. But I would have preferred to have seen a Cedric Suarez in that position there, left back, because he can play left and right-footed. But Kivor did get substituted off at half-time. Declan Rice, there's only so much one man can do, man. Personally, I would give Declan Rice the captain's armband because, again, for me, Martin Odegaard, for me, put in a mediocre performance. I mean, I get it, literally, that they double teamed him, but in these games where you know you need to get the points, even more so against West Ham, you want your top performers or top, profile players to perform. And for me, if I was doing player ratings, I'll give him probably a 5. Yes. Um, Kai Havertz, again, he could not stamp his foot of authority on this game. Couldn't. And actually thought, is he not playing? Kai Havertz was playing. He was playing. Bukayo Saka, I've spoken about him. Got the goal inside 5 minutes, but the duel between himself and the fullback, I thought was very, very interesting. Really, really interesting. Martinelli, when you're playing against a team like Fulham, they play kind of expansive football. There's no real low block. There's so many corridors of opportunities. Easy opportunities to play, overlaps. Martinelli, his decision making is still not good, is it? It's not great. And yeah, what I did see though towards the end of the second half, I saw Bukayo Saka move from the right, his traditional, hugging the line, come more centrally. And I've always said about the players that are wide, your Martinellis, your Bukayo Sakas, why can't we see them interchanging those positions that if you're not getting any joy, swap on the other wing. And the other winger comes on your side. But the players are so rigid in this system. So rigid. There is no room for flair, or dynamic play. There is not. And the second half, man, again, void of ideas. So much so, the play was so slow. I thought, come on, we need to quicken it up. Did you not learn the lesson from West Ham? Quicken up the pace. Quicken it up. But for me, it was like just more of the same. Imagine eating the same meal every single day. And that's how I feel when I watch Arsenal. I'm eating the same meal every single day. Can I have some sauce? No, you can't. Can I have some pepper? No, you can't have my pepper. It is what it is. It's the same meal. It's the same performance every single day. Plan A, plan A, plan A. Can we have a plan B, sir? No. Plan A. And I saw remnants of Mikel Arteta, the Olympiacos look, again, just void of ideas, didn't have any real response. But that said, I thought Fulham were good for the win. I thought it was going to be at most a draw for Fulham. I never thought, literally, Fulham would have beaten Arsenal at home. I never thought, because they lost three games on a bounce. It was not a good performance. Not a good performance at all. Right. Let me go into the live chat very, very quickly. Let's have a look here. And actually, I'm not liking this yellow. Should I keep the yellow? I'll keep the yellow. All right, Utubi, yeah, Guna. Let's just say it's a bad start to the new year with 2 losses. Mikel Arteta has a lot of work to do. He has a lot of work to do. And there is some whisper, some talk about he probably won't be buying a striker in the January transfer window. I can already see how this one's going to go. But good to see you back in the live chat, Utabi. And we wish you and your family a happy new year. Losing points versus low-tier teams is really that. But it is the way of the Premier League. We know that. There's no surprises there. No surprises. Colin says, hit the like button. Colin, I want to wish you a happy. Actually, I've got a friend of mine who lives in Australia, and I forgot to send him a message. But he's probably sleeping now. He's sleeping. My comments are quite simple, absolutely disgusting, and there are questions of our manager that are glaring. And now, I'm disguised by luck. I'm saying nothing. I'm saying nothing. Iranian Pride. Hey, what's happening, brother? Happy New Year, and may 2024 bring laughter and happiness in all your lives. Thank you for my brother, and also to you. Say hello to your family from me, Mr. Cat. No, Alex, from me to you. Thank you. Zinni was sloppy in the last two games. Let's be real, he needs time off. But the thing is, Utabi, I made a joke about this. You know, if you've got a plumbing problem, are you going to call an electrician? No, you're not. You're not. Oh, sorry, I've got my sink's got a leak. Let me call the plumber. It's like, Zinni, you need a defender. You put in a defender in there. You don't put somebody in there who can't defend. So as much he's maligned about the mistakes he made there against Liverpool, how he made it so easy for Mo Salah, he's not a defender. So I wouldn't be putting him in there. Put him further up the pitch. Or play Cedric Suarez. Or play Akirvo in that position there. Zinchenko is not a defender. I know that, and you know it. Yeah, for me, yeah. Kieran Tierney, anyone? Did anyone see Kai Havertz? Colin, I did say that. I had to double check. Is Kai Havertz playing? Is he playing? But, you know, I'm not saying we lost because of Kai Havertz. They win together, they lose together. It's just some players had a real stinker, and others, yeah. And also, we're talking about Kai Havertz. Eddie Nketiah doesn't get out of this free. I was thinking, right, he had probably one shot, I think. Hey, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I'm not going to mention your handle there, but good to see you back. I hope you are well. Happy New Year to you. Over reliance on wingers, and if it didn't work, we have there's no other plan. There's no other plan. There's the amount of times, and I see this a lot from Martin Odegaard. Again, I don't want to single out and blame one particular player because it's a team sport. So many times I see Martin Odegaard dropping his shoulder, you know, cutting in and cutting out and cutting in again and trying to do fancy plays. When you put a cross in, put the cross in or have a crack and goal. If you have a shot on goal, the likelihood it might be the goalkeeper will pan the ball out like the first goal, yeah? And somebody can just tap it in. But no, you just want to be a little bit pretty with the ball. You know, even Declan Rice coming over the halfway line on that right-hand side, but outside the penalty area, trying to be a bit too smart. Just hit the ball into the area. Hit it in there or have a crack on goal. But no, with the insistence on trying to walk the ball into the goal is just, it's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Was it Einstein said? The sign of madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting, you know, a different outcome. It just in this universe, things don't change. You've got to change something. So, Mikel Arteta, you've got a lot of work to do, man. You have a lot of work to do. Of course we do. Of course we do. I've been saying it for how long? We need an out-and-out striker. So, you know, I have been told that apparently Mikel Arteta did a press conference and kind of, I don't know, said that we're not going to be going for Ivan Toney. So who are we going to get? Who are we going to get then? Oh, I'll read his comments afterwards, man. Read his comments afterwards. Yes, Alex, I agree. But how many players have to be underperforming before question goes to the manager? No, but I said that. I said that, you know, at the end of the West Ham game. I said that. You know, as much as you're going to give West Ham credit because David Moyes just gave Mikel Arteta, a managing lesson, managerial lesson, tactic lesson, but the players can only go by, to a certain extent, what the coach has told him to do. And it's for the manager, to say, actually, this is not working. Let's try something different. Just making substitutions, but the tactics are the same. Those tactics are not working. They're not working. So I understand what you're saying. Mikel Arteta, you know what James has said, James Rowe has said so many times, no trophies, no job. But I'm not saying that. I'm not going to say that. That's down to the board. That is down to the board. As we're sliding, Lord Earl, Happy New Year to you, fella. Hope you're keeping well. 2 losses on the bounce. I predicted a 2-0 against West Ham, and it reversed. Our manager has to be asked some serious question. Is the process working? No. It's the $1 million question. I answer that question. That's not working. Let's be real. Ivan Toney ain't happening. I've said that when you've got a player linked to Arsenal for such a long time, and the player said himself, I want to come to Arsenal. On the social media platforms, he does videos. I want to come to Arsenal. More likely it won't happen. Just ask Mudryk. Where Chelsea. So I would love it to be Ivan Toney. I get it. He hasn't played for how many months? But he's got a lot to prove. He's got a lot to prove to his doubters. But I'll go for Ivan Toney. Victor Osimhen, that's not going to happen. We know it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. All right. A lot of money. He's not played in the Premier League before. So I would choose Ivan Toney. If not, I would go for Dusan Vlahovic. Go back in there, just throw money at him, at the club, Juventus, and try and get him. But this stuff about more likely we won't get a striker. So who are you gonna call? Who are you gonna call, Mikel Arteta? What's Ghostbusters? Ghostbusters ain't. They're not gonna help you. They will not help you, Mikel Arteta. So I understand the players. I just don't see Martinelli last season. I think he scored 13, 14 goals. I think. I don't know how many he's got this term around. Obviously, he hasn't hit double figures. But when you've got your Martin Odegaards, your Martinellis, your Bukayo Sakas, Gabriel Jesus, those players are off form. How can it be 4 players are off form? If you've got 1 player off form, right, yeah, you can cope. 2 players off form, you're probably thinking, you know what? But 3 and 4, something is not right. Something is not right. I want Raz also hosting. Victor sign a new contract, so it's not happening. Right. Raz is probably working now, but we did a show for the West Ham game. You missed him, but I will send in your regards, Utubi. Right. So I need to just check the poll that we did. Actually, I forgot to do the poll about predictions. Yeah, but the last time I saw predictions for the game, it was 50-50. It was 50-50. So I did it over an hour ago. And look, surprise, surprise now. Look at this now. So again, predictions versus West Ham. Choose only one. 69 votes. And out of the 69 votes, 9% voted for a draw. 9%. 25% said it's going to be a win for Arsenal. And you cheating bunch, 67% voted for a win for Arsenal. For Fulham. So voting after the fact. Right, okay. Let's have a look here. Kind of refresh the page. Right, still 69. Let's have a look. Okay. What am I doing? Go on. Let's get your comments in the live chat. Just to remind you guys that today was the last game of 2023. And this was a team that headed to the cottage to play against Fulham. Listen, there's going to have to be massive questions asked. Massive questions. For me, Eddie Nketiah, whether it was down to the supply, it just wasn't happening. I probably would have taken him off a lot earlier than Mikel Arteta. Martinelli didn't have the greatest of games. Yeah, Bukayo Saka scored the goal inside 5 minutes. But Odegaard, Kai Havertz, Rice, they just could not stamp their authority on the game. And Arsenal just ended up being, I don't know, just so void of any ideas at all. They had no ideas. So let me just change the color here because I'm not liking the color. Let me change the color. Change it to white. There we go. That's better. Yeah. So, Arsenal, again, I can't even say a bang average performance. Way below average performance. And there I was thinking, well, Arsenal, they suffer. They don't know how to play against teams that have the low block. That's one thing. But then you come with a different plan. And you can't even, can we say the players look tired? No, they didn't. We should have had enough quality to beat Fulham. Should have had enough quality. So, there can be no excuses. No excuses. So the next time Arsenal plays is going to be on Sunday. I know this because my birthday is actually on Saturday. Sunday, the 7th of January against Liverpool in the FA Cup. And we have time to kind of sort ourselves out, regroup. But I don't know what Mikel Arteta can do now. We are now in 4th place. Where is it? 4th place. I can't even find it. Where is it? There. 4th place. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Many questions need to be answered because this is not good. And don't talk to me about winning the Premier League. For me, no. Sorry, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Mikel Arteta has a lot of work to do. A lot of work. So before I wrap up this one, I do want to just double check and see if we have any comments in our Twitter feed. All right, thank you for the Ange. I'm not sure if you were watching, formerly the First Lady of Cannon Foy TV. Ange wishing me a happy new year. And finally, I agree, Arteta not good enough. Very disappointing. Really? Oh my goodness. Let me just reply. Okay, there we go. Right, so there were no comments there. Yeah, disappointing. Just insofar as you would like Arsenal to bounce back, show some kind of gumption, but it's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. It doesn't work in this universe. Doesn't happen. All right, people. So that is that. I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you who viewed us at the course of this year, 2023. whoever commented, whoever subscribed, whoever came onto the channel, and be a contributor. If you're working behind the scenes, behind the camera, that's probably me. I want to say a massive thank you from my brother and myself, and to all the Canon 4 TV family, to all our subscribers, our moderators. Surprised, I'm not surprised actually, again, because today is New Year's Eve over here in the UK. Thank you so very much. And I want to wish each and every one of you, a prosperous new year. And I hope all your wishes come true for 2024. It's a time for reflection, isn't it? Before the new year goes out. But that is it from me. So the day that we find out that Arsenal just could not overcome the Cottagers, just not good enough. Not good enough. FA Cup, Premier League, different story. Champions League definitely is not going to happen. But until then, have yourselves, a great time. Don't do anything that that I would do. But until then, this has been Canon for the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.